You think you know the airport security drill. You've done it 1,000 times. Laptop out, tiny liquids in their bag, shoes ready to come off. But what if I told you that in 2025, those old moves are exactly what could get you flagged for extra screening, make you miss a flight, and just totally wreck the start of your vacation? You see, the rules have changed more this year than in the last 20. We're talking about major policy shifts that are catching millions of travelers off guard. This isn't just about convenience, it's about learning a whole new system. Today, we're breaking down the 3 biggest TSA rule changes for 2025. We'll cover the end of the mandatory shoes off rule, the hard deadline for Real ID, and what's really happening with the 311 liquid rule. Because those rumors you've heard are probably wrong. Stick around because knowing this stuff is the difference between a smooth trip and a travel nightmare. For TSA pre-check members, nothing changes. You still get to keep your shoes, belts, and light jackets on. For the first time since the rule was introduced after the failed shoe bombing attempt in 2001, you are now generally allowed to keep your shoes on during the initial screening at US airports. This change, which officially began its rollout in July 2025, applies to all passengers, not just those with pre-check or of a certain age. So, what's the magic behind this shift? In a word, technology. Airports nationwide have been getting a major upgrade with new computed tomography, CT, scanners. These are the fancy machines that give security a detailed 3-dimensional look inside your bags. Because they can see threats so much better in your carry-on, the TSA can now relax some of the more annoying parts of the process, like taking off your shoes. But here's the catch that's tripping people up. This is not a never take your shoes off again golden ticket. While the general policy is shoes on, you can still be asked to remove them. Now for the one change you absolutely can't ignore, the Real ID. After years of delays, full enforcement of the Real ID Act finally kicked in on May 7, 2025. This means every traveler 18 and older needs to show a Real ID, compliant driver's license or state ID, to get through a TSA checkpoint for a domestic flight. How can you tell if your ID is compliant? Easy, look for a star in the upper corner. If your license has that star, you're good to go. If it says not for federal identification or federal limits apply, it will not be accepted to board a plane. For months, the message has been no more grace periods, but some airports have adopted a phased enforcement approach. Don't mistake this for a free pass, it just means they're figuring out how to manage the lines of unprepared travelers. The bottom line is, if you show up without a Real ID or another valid form of identification, you will not get past security. So what if you don't have one yet? Your best bet is a valid US passport or passport card. Other options include a DHS Trusted Traveler card like Global Entry, a US military ID, or a permanent resident card. Always travel with a backup if you can. If you arrive with no acceptable ID at all, TSA may try to verify your identity through a database check, but it's a long process with no guarantees. If they can't confirm who you are, you'll be denied entry. And despite what you might have seen online, there's no such thing as an official TSA Confirm ID program with a $45 fee. That's a myth. The current verification process is free. The takeaway is simple. Check your license right now. If it doesn't have a star, you either need to visit the DMV or plan on bringing your passport every time you fly domestically. But for now, packing as if the rule is gone is a surefire way to get your bag pulled for a manual search while you watch your full-size shampoo get tossed in the trash. That means liquids, gels, and aerosols in your carry-on must be in containers of 3.4 ounces, 100 milliliters, or less, and all of them have to fit in one clear, quart-sized bag. So, where's all the confusion coming from? It's those same new CT scanners. At a handful of airports with this advanced technology, like Atlanta, ATL, New York, JFK, and Los Angeles, LAX, the TSA has been running trials allowing for some exemptions. This has been widely misreported on social media as a new nationwide policy with a list of 11 exempted items. Here's the truth, while exemptions for medically necessary liquids, baby formula, and breast milk have always existed, there is no official, universal list of 11 other items that are now exempt everywhere. Some blogs do cite a list of 11 items, including things like medicines and baby food, that are exempt at airports with the new scanners, but this is not a blanket rule for all US airports. Items like toothpaste are still considered gels and must follow the 311 rule at most checkpoints. And that 48-hour duty-free rule you've heard about? It's not new. Liquids you buy at a duty-free shop are only allowed if they're in the sealed tamper-evident bag with the receipt, mainly for international travelers connecting in the US. Don't assume that bottle you bought 2 days ago is good to go. The rules are new, and things are changing fast. Have you flown recently and seen any of this firsthand? Did your airport have family lanes, or did you breeze through with your shoes on? Drop your experience in the comments below. Sharing what you saw can help everyone else get ready. And if this breakdown was helpful, be sure to subscribe. We're here to give you the updates you need to travel smarter, which helps calm the chaos for them and speeds up the regular lines for everyone else. First, a heads up on powders. While not a new rule, it's being enforced more strictly. Any powder-like substance in a container larger than 12 ounces, about the size of a soda can, needs to be screened separately. This includes protein powder, ground coffee, and baby powder. To avoid a delay, either put large containers in your checked luggage or take them out of your carry-on for screening. Second, let's talk batteries. The rules haven't changed, but people are still getting them wrong. Lithium-ion batteries, including power banks, are strictly forbidden in checked bags. They must be in your carry-on because of fire risk. Also, be careful with butane-powered curling irons. They're often not allowed in checked bags and have very specific rules for carry-on. Let's be real, navigating the airport in 2025 is a whole new game. So here's your final cheat sheet. You can probably keep your shoes on, but be ready to take them off. Your driver's license needs a star on it, or you need your passport to fly domestically, and the 311 liquid rule is still the law of the land almost everywhere, so stick to your travel-sized toiletries. The theme for this year is informed travel. Your old airport habits might be hard to break, but clinging to them now will only lead to headaches. By knowing these new rules, you can walk into the airport feeling confident and prepared for security as it is. Today, not as it was a few years ago. Travel safe and travel smart.